Challenge Cup, everyone wants to win.
Crazy gang have beaten the Culture Club. Gerrard! Oh yes! The story of the FA Cup continues.
There's a red sky at night over Wembley.
He saved it and made history. What a goal! Back for the scorer. It's Gearey from one of the great cut shots of all time.
Joy that all professional footballers hope for.
Manchester City, FA Cup winners.
Good evening, welcome to Eltham in the Royal Borough of Greenwich for a very special FA Cup first round replay as Cray Valley Paper Mills of the 8th tier take on Charlton Athletic of League One. 10 days ago, these two sides met in the first game and the Cray Valley Paper Mills fans will always remember the 5th of November.
It is Valley at the Valley. The Millers aim to scale a mountain in terms of the football pyramid. 117 places separate the sides. Ball through here, what a chance! And surely 1-0 Charlton. Scott Fraser. Wolf given away badly. Tedic, good save. Should have been 2-0. Chem Campbell arriving. Is Lisbie. That's a good ball, it's in! Lisbie with a big hand in a leveller for the Millers at the Valley. Lovely pass, it's Kirk. It's a big save. It's Adam Coombs, it's on target. A happy Valley for Valley. They have held them to a draw. They will take their League One opponents to a replay.
More divisions than miles separate these two sides, just 2.5 miles as the crow flies. The average attendance here at the Arctic Stadium is just 150, but tonight 1,500 fans are in and it is a sellout. And you know, it's a long way from League One to the Isthmian League Southeast Division. Cray Valley Paper Mills, 116 places below Charlton Athletic in the football pyramid. And this could be officially the biggest shock in terms of league positions of all time in the FA Cup. We are so glad to be here, so happy you are watching at home as well. Kevin Lisbie and Danny Murphy alongside me as well. And we've had to dust off the tapes to show them this as well, because of course they were teammates at Charlton Athletic. That's a baggy shirt, that, Dan.
Long time ago, that, Jace. Don't even be able to kick it that far anymore.
Good delivery, good ball in that, Kev, eh?
Yeah, the gaffer told him to put in the area, and that's what he did, and I did the rest. So
fantastic. It's great to see you, fellas. Thank you very much indeed for being here. But Danny, when you look around, this is the magic of the cup, right?
It is indeed. It takes me back. I mean, I started out in the old 4th division for Crewe, and we had non-league games away in the cup. And even when I was playing Liverpool, Charlton, you go down to the lower leagues. And
yeah, I mean, he played the weekend, he got 2 goals, which was good for him. But listen, he just wanted to have an influence on the game. He was desperate to score and do well.
They're giving him a bit more respect, so he's going to have to work that little bit harder. But wonderful opportunity for all of them.
And there they are, the lads. They were out warming up just as we were getting ready to come on air here on Match of the Day Live as well. Will he be bothered his old man is live on the telly tonight?
I don't think he'll care. Hopefully he doesn't care. Hopefully he just goes and does what he needs to do, because it's about him today and not me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But also there is that belief they can cause a shock here tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Let's hear from the managers. They've been talking to Mark Scott.
Steve, you've decided to go with the same starting 11 from the game at the Valley. Was that a tough decision for you?
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. Let's take a closer look at some of the players and Cray's midfield engine room, Danny, son of Carl, of course.
Yep.
And he looked a different class as well when he came on, didn't he? Yep, here come the team then. Danny, Kev, enjoy it. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy it wherever you're watching us here on Match of the Day Live, BBC 2, FA Cup first round replay, magnificent occasion. Let's hand you to our commentary team of Matty Upson and Mark Scott.
Thanks, Jason. Evening, everyone. Well, this really is what the FA Cup is all about. A team from the 8th tier playing their first ever home game in the competition proper in front of their biggest ever crowd. and it comes against the former winner of the most famous cup competition in the world as well. 5 leagues and 116 places separate the sides in the football pyramid. The numbers say Cray Valley Paper Mills should have no chance. But the first meeting proved the old adage that the game isn't played on paper. And it is the same Millers starting lineup from the Valley, although Steve McKim says that all 4 that came in to start at the weekend and those that came off the bench in the victory here over Erith and Belvedere gave him a real selection dilemma. Amongst those who did come in and do well on Saturday is Kiki Oshilaja, who was suspended for the original tie. Adam Coombs has been struggling with a calf problem, but is on the bench. Having made 11 changes in the original tie, Michael Appleton has picked his big guns tonight, with starts for May, Blackett-Taylor, Leeburn and Captain Dobson. Alfie May has scored 8 goals in his last 7 starts. He's the League One top scorer with 12 goals, and he's faced Cray Valley Paper Mills before, scoring 3 times against them while playing for Erith and Belvedere in the 2014-15 season. The experienced referee Charles Breakspear is the man in the middle. He's taking charge of his 14th game this season. The biggest match in Cray Valley Paper Mills' 104-year history. And if they win, it would be the biggest ever upset in terms of places in the football pyramid in FA Cup history. And Steve McKim says they'll have the same approach tonight that they did in the first instalment, as bar the opening quarter of an hour, it went just the way he wanted it to.
Early signs that pitch is playing okay at the moment. I think that's always an interesting feature when you come to this kind of stadium. Very different for the Charlton players, but it's actually not in bad nick. Maybe cutting up a tiny little bit. We've had a fair bit of rain, but it's quite flat.
Well, it's beautifully set up, Jason. Half-time, Cray Valley Paper Mills 1, Charlton Athletic 1.
Mark and Matt, thank you both very much indeed. We have a cup tie on our hands here, and if you're just tuning in to BBC Two, we've got a very proud dad here, Kevin Lisbie. His boy has just scored a penalty. I mean, let's get straight into it. How are you feeling?
Yeah. I didn't watch it. Danny told me he scored, but yeah, listen, he made a good run, which I always tell him to do.
We were talking about, well, let's just have a look at this here. Look. He's not looking.
Look at this. Go on, there he goes. What a celebration. Yeah, I do want to say as well, the fans have been magnificent, haven't they? Just below us as well. They love the fact that your boy scored as well. They've been terrific. They're very noisy. They sense an upset, don't they? They sense an upset.
Well, one of them's been shouting he wanted Alan Shearer here, but what can you do?
Yeah, we have had 1 or 2 where's Gary type things, but that's okay. We give him a wave anyway. Good evening. Nice to see you. Anyway, there were lots of FA Cup action yesterday evening. Here's Patrick Gearey with the best of the action.
A 3-3 draw in Yorkshire earned 7th tier Horsham the right to host Barnsley at their place, known to the locals as the Hornet's Nest. Expertly controlled, Barnsley safely through. These 2 League Two sides have experienced contrasting starts to the season.
Rovers lead once more in this Seesaw Cup tie. Accrington 1, Doncaster Rovers 2.
Port Vale battled through the original tie between these sides with 10 men for more than 70 minutes.
Is it Lewis Cass? Can you believe it? I'm in shock.
Derby salvaged this replay at Pride Park with 2 very late goals. Sometimes after relief comes belief. Come on, Derby! Particularly the way Derby started.
A Crewe in dreamland at Derby. They lead by 3 goals to 1.
First challenge for Scarborough Athletic was getting to Gloucestershire in time for kick-off. Some of their team are teachers who only finished work at 3:15. Michael Coulson grabbed a late consolation for the departing Sea Dogs. If you thought that one had a lot of goals, Grimsby Town against Slough Town topped it. It all began fairly conventionally, and everyone at Blundell Park had earned a lie down. 2 former league teams with Yorker division higher, they started stronger. Chester didn't notice John Lewis. And despite George Glendon getting 1 back for Chester, there were no returns. Game of the night was competitive, but this was probably it. Finn Talley won the tie. Peterborough faced Doncaster next.
Beautiful London skyline, very chilly here tonight, but we have an FA Cup tie that is warming us right up. And 39 goals last night, excluding shootouts. You can see them all on the BBC Sport app and website. And this is the FA Cup second round draw. This is how it looks now. York City have reached round 2 for the first time in 13 years. They face Wigan Athletic under the Friday night lights. You can see that on BBC Two. Our Saturday lunchtime offering, Alfreton Town of the National League North against League Two Walsall. Other ties of note include Stockport County's trip to Aldershot on Sunday. Ramsgate, who play in the same division as Cray Valley Paper Mills, travel to AFC Wimbledon on the Monday night. That's how we are looking in the FA Cup. Big question is, will Cray Valley Paper Mills be there? No. Okay, here come Cray Valley Paper Mills. Are we going to see one of the biggest upsets of all time?
This really is what the FA Cup is all about.
Next level, the next level.
Danger here. Smart save from Freeman. May is in and scores. Quality finish. And Lisbie has got there, or was he fouled? Now then, Lisbie scores, and it's all square.
Here we go then, second half about to get underway. Mark Scott and Matthew Upson have had their cups of tea and their digestives. Other biscuit brands are available. Back to you, boys.
And Matt's had most of them as well. And in the end, they have progressed. No more pages written by the Millers in their FA Cup story, but Steve McKim and co can be mightily proud of their efforts. Full time then. Cray Valley Paper Mills 1, Charlton Athletic 6.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Mark. So they started on the 19th of August, the preliminary round of qualifying. This is their 10th tie in the season's competition. Cray Valley scored in every single one, total of 26 goals. Their domestic cup exploits have not ended yet. They play Hampton and Richmond Borough at home in the FA Trophy second round on Saturday. We wish them the very best, and what a journey it's been, Danny. Absolutely. I'm delighted to say that Alfie May is going to join us
played, mate.
live here on Match of the Day. Good to see you, Alfie. We saw you at the Valley in the first game as well, of course, and you were disappointed, of course, not to be playing that as well. But you showed your class tonight, didn't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think we was very professional tonight. We, for me as well, knowing sort of the background that I've come from.
As you may know or may not know, I present Final Score, and I said to the boys on the video printer on a Saturday afternoon, constantly say your name. Alfie May scored again. Kev, Alfie's the player of the match. Do you want to do the honours?
Yeah, of course. Well done, mate.
Man.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done, Alfie. Top man. Thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Top
man.
Well
played. And 2 goals in 2 minutes effectively killed the tie, didn't it, Danny?
It did. And
let's show you some pictures of the Cray Valley dressing room. They've really done their club proud, and the fans proud as well, in this part of London as well. It's been an incredible journey. Delighted to say that Carell and Steve have joined us as well. And you must be so proud, Steve.
Yeah, ever so proud of them. Just looking back on it, and I'll be critical to start with.
Television as well. Michael Appleton is alongside us. Michael, good evening to you. Welcome to Match of the Day Live. You must be very proud of your boys.
Yeah, obviously delighted. Obviously, there was a lot said about the team selection in the first game. Yeah.
Okay, stay with us if you can, because just going to show you the second round draw as well, because this is how it looks after Charlton's win this evening. They make the short trip to Gillingham in the next round. That game played on Saturday, the 2nd of December, and on the Sunday, National League leaders Chesterfield take on League One Leyton Orient, and on Monday night, Ramsgate into the second round for the first time ever travel to AFC Wimbledon. Some good ties there. I was just saying to Alfie May, Michael as well, that we were just chatting about some teams, they have a difficult couple of opening rounds in the FA Cup and then they go deep. You could do that.
Yeah, and do you know what? I've been quite fortunate. This cup competition's been really good for me as a manager.
Good man, Mike. Really good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Kevin, great to see you. Really enjoyed the FA Cup run. Danny, I'll see you in the studio very soon. Thank you all very much indeed. So well done to Charlton Athletic and Cray Valley. You've done your club proud. From all of us here, bye for now.
116 places separate the sides in the football pyramid. this is what the FA Cup is all about. May is in, quality finish, and Lisbie has got there and wasn't he fouled? Now then, Lisbie scores against Charlton. Got the ball in well, and Charlton are back in front. It's Alfie May, wonderfully scored. Good try, wonderful goal. And time is called on Cray Valley Paper Mills FA Cup adventure.